to do with I was super unorganized this week. I was falling behind on everything. I didn't have a stream when I usually do a panel stream on Sunday. I usually bring a couple people on, and I never got the chance to set something up. So I'm like, okay, we can do Play Stray or The Walking Dead, and then it wouldn't and then it wouldn't work this morning, and I'm like, Bianca, I don't have any good
so
ideas.
that's what TWD was. I'm like, what the heck is that? What's The Walking Dead?
Walking Dead. Come on. The Walking Dead is the Telltale series is the greatest video games ever created. I'm just putting it out there. And I want to do a playthrough of the original games eventually. But I was like, it's not working today. Nothing's working today. And then this pops up. And a lot of times we see this whole idea of monetizing your haters, monetizing the people that do not like you specifically. So that's why I was like, you know what? Generally I don't. Sometimes I do. I did with Alpha Eagle once. But we're gonna monetize the haters. And I think saying somebody's a hater is kind of lazy anyway, but regardless, we're gonna address the criticisms thrown my way. That's what we'll say. That's a better way to put it. And I'm curious because the person specifically we're going to look into, who did a video today, and actually, the reason for this, was John Delarose. And he's done a video on me in the past, and I ignored it. I don't care. I don't care if people make videos on me if they disagree. That's wonderful. You do you, boo. But I was like, you know what? I'm going to say something. Because last week they also did, it was either last week or the week before, they did a stream on me. Okay, first off, I'm nobody. There's no reason to be even like, usually when I do, I don't know. I guess maybe I get it, but I don't. Also, at the same time, I'm nobody. There's no reason to bring me into your drama stuff, right? But I also, from time to time, criticize people as well. So it's fair game. I do think so. I don't think it's going to be honest or genuine at all. But do you think the Rippaverse is going to be on par with Marvel or DC? Do you mean writing style? Be more specific so I can answer that.
I
I'm
was
not
thinking
sure.
money wise. Oh, okay. So yeah, you are gonna have to explain. Do you mean money wise? Do you mean writing wise, customer wise? Because I'm
Yeah.
thinking the customer one's a really big one for a lot of people.
Oh yeah. And you can't really compare monetarily. I'm assuming you mean writing wise, but yeah. Drama is a
I'm gonna
black hole.
assume he means money wise.
Oh. Well, no. That answer would be no.
I will choose what I choose my way.
What?
My way. Oh, dang, he meant writing wise. Dang it. It's a good thing I didn't bet money.
Okay, let's bring this up here. Wait, what did they specify?
Yeah, writing wise.
Writing wise. I don't know because
I'm hoping
don't
the
know.
editing is good because on the summary part, he got
A lot of
typos
editorial
and
mistakes.
grammatical errors. And I'm like, well, this is why you hire an actual editor to see your mistakes. Like I am too afraid with writing. I literally like triple check everything. Sometimes I'll check even 10 times and I'd be like, I still miss something.
Yeah, and if the writing is on par to what he wrote up in the descriptions, I would say no. But that I guess don't judge a book by its cover. So to speak.
If anybody here like bought it, so I heard some people say that they did buy it. Make sure you do a review, like whether on his site or like in a video if you want to, just in case. I don't want to force anybody to make videos because we want to know. It's too expensive
I'm
for me.
curious.
I'm too busy buying other indie comics that I'm poor.
I'm the same way. It's $35 is way too much for me to invest that into a book of that caliber, especially being a newbie on the scene without any previous writing skills or anything. I think there's a lot of really good books out there if you want to look for it. And there's definitely a lot of really good. Bianca does great on her channel um highlighting just a massive amount of indie creators all the time, and it's wonderful. Robert, thank you so much. I had to argue with a few idiots in the comments. Oh, we're gonna look at that. When I seen this, I fucking seen this. Okay. One of them believed pink kryptonite was used on John. Another claimed you were calling these guys out. Okay, that's not true. The pink kryptonite thing, I actually did see that. Claiming that that's why it made John buy. I'm like, that's not true, right? Well, somebody told me. Okay, but that still doesn't make it true. Another claimed you were calling these guys out. We did do a stream on Thursday talking about the joke that Ryan Kinnell made and talking about the Gabe Altaib and Mark Brooks situation. But other than calling them out, I don't know what specifically I would have called out on that I can think of, at least right off the top of my head. Thank you so much, Robert.
Hello, Leroy Kong. I feel like I've seen you before, but you don't
I
comment
have too.
much.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I've
right?
seen Leroy around, but I don't.
Leroy Jenkins.
Wait a minute, Rip-A-Verse costs $35. Okay, that's a price point. A Lowe's had convinced me not to buy it.
That's
Yeah.
without the shipping, though. Depending on where you are, it can be like up to 100. Who's the person that's usually here? Who's from Greece? Ah, no, frick! I forgot their name. I'm sorry. Don't hate me. They they bought it. And the shipping for them was like $100.
Jay.
And I guess that's the reason why he now decides to do PayPal for like what's it called, international people,
Mm-hmm.
so they don't have to pay that much.
But didn't he stop PayPal?
No, he's still going to continue with the PayPal. He's like trying to have it fixed while also I think he told people not to buy from PayPal at the moment, but they can still pay. It was
I mean,
somewhere, okay?
it makes sense. I don't know. He's having some issues with it, I guess. I don't really care about that. It does seems like at least from what I've gathered thus far, like a terms of service issue.
Mm-hmm.
Um, with
A
pre-orders.
policy issue.
Yeah. So it seems like it was probably just smarter to stop it. If it was, Elon said PayPal is holding $1 million. That's insane.
Yeah, that's around the 1.2 million, I believe it was.
Goodness gracious. I would be livid. I can understand being mad in that situation. But if he made over $3 million, he shouldn't have an issue fulfilling it on time.
35 page for a 90 sorry $35 for a 96 page book. That's like two usual indie comics. The price is fair. The price I have no problem with. I usually
I
because of
do.
the creators I because of the indie creators I follow, they say, hey, we're not the big two. We don't have like getting all the money for this is very, very hard, so we're going to charge how we feel is right. And I say, and I before I had a problem, and now I'm like, you know what? Yeah, you're right. You're doing this by yourselves. You should charge how you feel. As
Right.
long as it's not, $50 for a 10 pager.
I had Trevor that does Area 51 Helix Project, and his books are so good, so quality, and the passion's there. And he only charges $4 for
I
a
promoted the
PDF.
crap out of that on Twitter.
That's awesome because he deserves it. He's trying to keep his price points down because he would rather have more buyers at a cheaper price than less at more expensive because he wants to get it out there. And honestly, that story's like, I know, I probably show that book too much, but it is so good. I forgot I've got to write up something for him because I'm going to be featured as one of the people that review it. Woohoo. All right, let's bring this up here.
Sorry.
What's the title? SJW YouTuber calls for the arrest of Ripaverse colorist Gabe Altaib. Did I call for his arrest? I don't remember saying arrest him.
I'm looking at the live chat right now. I've been hearing this for a while while I've been talking to
I did
you.
not call for his arrest.
You
But
did
yes,
not
go
call
ahead.
for his arrest.
Even on my post when
We just
I
talked
used
about security.
yes. And even on my post where I posted something because we were going to go live the next day. So I'm like, here, this is kind of hits two birds with one stone. I said, I hope he files harassment charges. I didn't say I hope he gets arrested. Those are two, whoa, I need to fix this here. I did not realize it was like that. Two big differences. But okay, sure. Lying right off the bat.
Can
And
you
I don't
explain what a charge is compared to an arrest?
I mean, you can file a charge without somebody getting arrested in the situation.
No, you can just get a restraining order, I guess.
I mean, I don't think it's that serious, but
No.
I've had to file harassment charges and not had anybody arrested. You just file them in order to keep a record of what's going on. And if it gets too bad, it depends on your local police, or I had to use the FBI personally. So
Uh,
it's
Robert wants
it's
to
a
remind you of the super chat.
oh, thank you so much, Robert. I'm so sorry. Let me bring it up here. I was looking at my other screen. I apologize. Robert, Ripa thinks his business should be able to do whatever he wants to do. He should have no consequences. It has nothing to do with policy. It's malicious. I don't see any malicious intent. Nothing that I've seen personally. Um, but then again, I don't know what he's received as far as like communication back and forth, but I don't think there's at least he's not shown proof of anything other than policy. Um, you never know with PayPal. I'm not saying they're a perfect company. I'm saying I've not seen anything malicious personally. Did he show
Oh.
anything?
Who? What?
Was there any like malicious intent that you saw?
No, not really. I believe he was just like, um, PayPal now has contacted me because everybody made a lot of noise.
Okay, but that's not malicious.
No,
Okay.
he's just gonna have a whole lawyer thing and stuff, which I think PayPal is already being sued for.
PayPal's being sued by him or by somebody else, you mean?
Both. He wants to get lawyers for this PayPal issue.
I mean, I don't blame him. I think anybody with that influx of money should have had
Mm.
lawyers waiting and ready to go. You
Oh,
should have had
everywhere community. He said that you said something about the police looking for Gabe.
yes. That was the security that we talked about.
Yeah. I'm
Yeah.
like, I'm pretty sure that was a security. Security are not police. They're completely different.
I mean, they could have
I
been police, but regardless, they weren't going to arrest him.
no.
Like
They're
they
just
were
saying,
probably
hey,
chill the fuck
please
out.
back off. The security, I've talked to a lot of security guards. Their whole thing is to record what's going on and make sure
Yeah.
that they have everything, make sure they look at everything like everywhere. But they're not supposed to what's it called? Be forceful
Right.
for
They're
anything.
supposed to calm a situation like that.
Yeah.
Supposed to. And I'm sure I'm going to pause this a lot. I'm sure it's going to be a lot of buzzwords and a lot of, oh my God, she used to be in Comicsgate, but now she's an evil SJW. I guess I, that's my guess. I apologize to everyone ahead of time for having to watch The Used Car Salesman.
Nerdette is a weird character.
He's not wrong. Like, Yeah. Okay, so he's speaking truths right away.
She made her brand, her entire channel, on fighting the SJWs in comics back in 2016, 2017.
Didn't everybody do that though? Aren't people still doing that?
But yes, but the difference is back then it was actually an issue. Right now, we're seeing an influx of a lot, not a lot better quality, because you still have stuff like Dark Crisis, Young Justice,
Mm.
but what you're seeing is the watering down of the word SJW to the point where anybody that talks about it now, I very rarely take seriously, because it's an SJW is this, or like I used this as an example yesterday in my video. GTA is woke because there's going to be a female protagonist. I just, if right now your definition of woke is woman, kind of sounds like you forgot what you started this whole thing for. Kind of sounds like you forgot what you were actually fighting for. It's not
And I
for
think
a
I liked Ruined Leon's take on that as well. He was like, the game isn't even out yet. We don't have a
yeah.
release date, but everybody's talking about rumors of, not for the girl being a girl, but like censored speech or something like that.
I think they're going to stop using so much racist and sexist jokes.
But it's GTA.
Hmm.
It's the statement about being less offensive, which is what we're talking about right now. Even Ruin Leon said, that's stupid. It's just a rumor. There's not even
Yeah,
a release date yet. Where did you get your info?
exactly. And I don't think they're going to censor it to the point that they're talking about. They just recently censored something in GTA 5. Not censored it, but they changed
Is that the
the
good one?
GTA 5. Yeah, it's good. Um, but they changed basically the I think it was the character build of a trans character. Instead of looking like a dude, made it more feminine, and they were also saying the same thing. So I don't see an
Mm.
issue. Like, I don't think that they're really going to censor it like people think. And even if they aren't doing as many racist jokes or sexist jokes, they're still it's a satire on Americana, right? It's a satire on it's funny because there's actual radio stations on there that make fun of conservatives. There's radio stations on there that really kind of clown on the whole political atmosphere. They're
I
not getting rid of
remember.
that.
I remember
They're just
playing
not.
GTA and I beat up an old lady.
Beat up an old lady, grabbed a hooker, and stole somebody's money. Like, that's what you're going into GTA for, guys. Chill out.
So if the protagonist is female, then does that mean there's male hookers, or is everything gonna be like lesbian?
I mean,
Or can you be bisexual?
maybe they'll open it up for everything. Simon says that the blah 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 blah. It's an outrage franchise and they're neutering it. How? You have zero proof of that. You have a single teeny tiny rumor that credibility seems to be lacking, because when I tried to trace it down, I couldn't find the original whoever said it. It's literally just a rumor at this point. And honestly, I don't see that franchise ever having an issue with telling some raunchy jokes. I just don't. I don't see it.
And then she did a complete 180 because she got mad at Ethan Van Sciver and decided to fight with him a couple years ago. And
I did a
He did that too,
180.
didn't he?
What?
I mean, on Twitter, not every day, obviously, but for the past 2 years, he was like calling out Ethan in
Yeah.
Comicsgate. And then after, I guess, Ethan apologized and they made up, then he was doing the exact opposite. And I'm like, you
Yeah.
did the same thing.
Multiple times too. That's the funny thing. Um, the first time I ever
Multiple
had an
times?
interaction with John Della Rose, it was because I guess Tug had called for him to be beheaded. And I was like, what the hell are you talking about? And he showed me the clip and I was like, whoa, okay, cool. Like, not cool, obviously, but like, that's fucked up. And he hated Ethan Van Sciver. He was so anti Comicsgate. And then for some reason, it seems like, and again, I don't know the whole story. I don't know everything behind it because I don't follow it because I don't care. He seemed to do his switch. So he started Comicsgate, went to anti Comicsgate. Now he's back to Comicsgate again. It's just a matter of time before he has a falling out, says something that they don't like, and they kick him out. Right now, he's just a useful idiot for Ethan Van Sciver, pretty much.
Since that
I'm drinking
point,
soup.
she just
What's that? I'm sorry.
I'm drinking soup just in case you don't hear me talk.
Wait, what? Say that one more time.
Soup.
Oh, soup. Good. You need some chicken noodle.
Yeah, I can't even have it.
completely unhinged. She's gone off just taking every extreme leftist position on every social issue out there. She's ranting about how abortion needs to be legal. She's doing live streams about it.
Yeah. As far as every leftist position, that I could disagree with. But as far as Roe v. Wade, yeah, that was a huge fucked up situation that I still support. The issues that women need that in their life, not everyone. And again, I have to keep reiterating this because people misconstrue what I say. I am personally pro-life. I am, as far as policy goes, pro-choice because I don't think that a government should ever make your decisions for you. I don't think there should be any control. These are also the people that were screaming about vax mandates, and you can't mandate us to get vaccinated. You can't control us that way, but are doing the exact same and saying, but we can control your body. It makes no sense. But as far as every leftist position, I would need to know specifically what he meant.
About it, where she's actually getting her fans mad at her. It was pretty funny just a couple weeks ago. And
Ooh.
of course, she's now like,
Who's mad at me?
I am. It's me. I'm about to Hulk smash. And speaking of Hulk smash, Carbon Heart, Peter David, anything Hulk related, Hulk or She-Hulk related, is one of the best recommendations in my opinion. But
Peter
it is
David's
also
amazing.
objectively great.
Peter David's amazing. Is there some question of that? I missed it.
Somebody was asking, Carbon Heart, tell me Peter David's best book. I only got into comics in 2007.
Who is mad at? Yeah, I would like to know who is mad at me, or who got mad at me. Welcome, Nerdy Girl Crates. You guys should check out her channel also.
Oh yes, we just spoke about censorship in manga. If you guys want to,
yeah, that was a really good video. I swear, I learned so much.
We're gonna have a yeah, the other one was like censorship and translation issues, but Square Enix, you know Square Enix.
Yes,
they're video games and then they have manga and anime, blah blah blah. So they just made a manga app. And you know, people were really excited because you know, Square Enix is a Japanese company, right?
Yes.
Yeah, right. So they're like, oh gosh, Japanese company, Japanese people, no censorship of any kind. This is going to be fantastic until you get it. It's literally microtransactions and literally censoring people's chests. Like, you don't have to have a big boobs, but like if you have like if it's a character with a flat chest, it's still being censored with a black block. and because of that, I thought they were all naked until I saw the original source. I'm like, what the heck? Why would you block that? And apparently it is not Saudi Arabia censorship, it is Indonesian censorship. That's apparently in Indonesia they have like extreme amounts of censorship like that.
I was laughing because I seen the way that it's censored, and it was like I was looking through the whole thing, and they literally just had a black box on her cooch. I was like, "What the fuck?"
I saw that.
What is
I'm
this?
like,
Is this real?
No
I
camel toe, I
cannot
guess.
believe how bad. Like, who was dictating these ideas? And what the fuck drugs were you on? And why aren't you sharing? Come on now. Like, come on.
They said
That
they
was
wanted
so bad.
everybody to have a general. They wanted what's it called? They want to generalize everybody. And I'm like, okay, generalize us with the non-censorship, not with one freaking country.
It was so weird. I was like, do you not want to know that what, like, girls have vaginas? What the fuck? I'm so
Ooh.
confused. Ah! It's so funny though. It was worth a good laugh at the very least.
Stupid generalized word.
What did he even say? Oh, that I got mad at Ethan Van Sciver?
And who's angry at you or something.
I don't care for Ethan Van Sciver, but that doesn't mean that's why I changed. That's ridiculous. Ethan Van Sciver is an idiot. We'll actually watch a little bit of a clip here in a little bit about Ethan, but regardless, that's pretty silly thing to say.
Oh man,
Again,
they're
not
right.
true,
You're being
but
a bigot right now. How dare you say women have vaginas?
I know, I'm sorry. Sorry if you didn't know. It's okay. I promise I won't give any other spoilers out about women later on. I promise.
Yee. I'll expect your message, Carrie.
That's right. Okay, here we go.
That it's like great DC Comics is making all these gay characters. She's just gone far out there. I don't know if
wait, so full far out there is being okay with gay characters? That's your worst complaint about me, is that I don't hate gay people. Literally, he just said that is one of his complaints about me was that I don't hate gay characters. What the actual fuck is wrong with you if that's your complaint about me?
Like, I mean, he did complain about your thumbnail.
No, he complained about my thumbnail? I used Canva.
Remember, what was it, February that we did best couples, and you had Ivy and Harley. He was like, "Oh my gosh, look at this, Harley Ivy thing. She's gone fully woke." And then somebody in the comments was like, "Because she put 2 LGBT characters in there who are a canon couple."
It was literally a Valentine's Day video. Our favorite couples. I think it was a Bad Ideas video.
Mm-hmm.
And because Harley and Ivy are my second favorite couple at DC Comics, and it was a beautiful picture, I used it for the thumbnail, but apparently that makes me full woke. No, that
but we
just
also
shows
had a majority of straight couples on there.
Yeah, my number one couple is Barda and Scott. Nobody is better than Barda and Scott.
Mine is Wonder Woman and Batman.
Okay.
I don't know if that's what I said, though.
I don't remember either. But it just still, that's your biggest complaint about me. It's not really saying a whole lot about me. It's saying a whole lot about you. I hate to break it to you.
Why do you keep changing your profile picture? The first one was better. I think with Namor.
Wait, who?
You know, Eric Andrew.
Oh.
He changed his profile picture to oh shoot, who is that? A
lizard? A lizard?
Why was I thinking his name was the Crocodile? Oh wait, no, that's DC. I
don't know who that is.
Yes, you do. They disagree with you a lot.
What?
Oh wait, do you mean the profile picture or Eric?
Oh no, the profile picture. I know who Eric is.
It's the Spider-Man. It's the Spider-Man villain.
The Spider-Man lizard guy.
Dr. Frick. Oh shoot,
Connors.
no. Yeah, that's what it was. Thank you.
Dr. Connors.
I'm sorry.
Goodness gracious. Okay, the lizard. Thank you, Keely.
Thanks,
Hello,
Keely.
how are you? Okay, let's continue. Some more lies. Yay.
DC Comics has her on the payroll. I don't know if she's just because.
I wish.
You're blocked from DC though, aren't you? Not blocked. I wouldn't say that's the right word.
I'm shadow banned, I guess is a good way.
Yeah.
I do have certain creators that are willing to kind of come on and talk a little bit but nobody that's an exclusive is allowed on my channel. Nobody that like Second Street Marvel, thank you so much. ISOM $35, 96 pages, $9 shipping. Born of Blood, $10, 24 pages, $9 shipping, i.e. double in price. Yet you think it was overpriced.
Wait, it was $15 for shipping for me for ISOM.
I have no idea how much it was for me because I didn't get that far. Let's see, $10.
I think it depends on where you are.
I mean, that's a fair argument.
Mm-hmm.
That's a fair argument.
I do back a lot of indies that have free shipping. I should probably put that in my videos, like which one has free shipping and which ones don't.
Yeah, that's actually a really useful knowledge to know. I mean, that's a fair argument. I will say, to be fair, it's a number one issue. It was also somebody that I had interacted with and had good interaction with, and it is oh, we're getting sniped. I don't care. It's a fair criticism, Trinity. I appreciate that. I never even thought about it, but
like I said, I'm willing to pay. Like, I know things are expensive, no matter which price you do.
Right.
So, like, I'm like, yeah, go for it. Go for that pricing. You know, you do you.
All right, thanks, Hominus. I don't care. I don't care.
I really don't. Getting the D.
We're getting snipe.
Bye, Carrie.
Duh. All right, let's continue. But yes, Trinity, that is absolutely fair. That is a good argument. But maybe it's because I don't buy as much indies. That could very well be too. You know,
I think so. You must have my knowledge of indie buying.
Well, and when I think of a 96 page, I mean that's kind of low. But even on the end of like a I don't know, Beast Boy versus Raven, it's $10. You know what I mean? So I
would buy that.
Cami Garcia, it's so good.
I know, right? I love Cami Garcia.
I love her. She's a great writer.
Far out there. I don't know if DC Comics like has her on the payroll. I don't know if she's just becoming friends with these people. If she's trying to get access media. There's a lot of
That's what I was saying.
They don't like you.
They don't.
Except Ram V. Ram V likes you. Mm-hmm. Philip Kennedy Johnson, is that his name?
Oh yeah. I don't want to talk bad about him, but we did get into it.
No.
But I
was it over Superman stuff?
Yeah, no, it was over Creeper stuff, and I don't want to go into it. But I'll tell you. I'll email you after and tell you. But Ron V, great guy. He has no problem coming on. Stephanie Phillips, she works with me. I talked to her maybe. I don't know.
When you say she works with you, you mean for interviews, nothing else. And interviews are unpaid.
Yes, unpaid interviews.
You do this because it's fun.
Exactly, and I liked doing Ask the Experts, and I did it a lot more often. But there was this point where they started noticing, and they didn't want to be associated with me, and that's fine. I'm critical of the media as a whole, and I get it. I can have more independent people come on, like I had Jeffrey Thorne on, who's a ton of fun. Well, he's not an exclusive like Tom Taylor's
like a freelance,
exclusive.
Right?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Oh.
So those people are great to have on and have a conversation with. I would love to have Tom Taylor on and ask him some questions about Kal-El and some of that stuff, but it'll never ever happen. Same with Tynian, same with a couple of those. It won't happen. They won't. And I don't blame them. Don't put your career on the fucking line for my channel. That's dumb.
That sounds kind of sad, but it's pretty true.
In fantasy, I die. Hello. Thank you very much. This guy is not legally permitted to drive panel vans. Past, I know. He looks like past elementary school. and has his prawn collection labeled by races of the woman involved. Oh my god.
I personally won't say anything about the elementary school joke because I know he has kids, so I tend
Yeah.
not to like jokes like that, especially since I know they have families.
That's why I went with the used car salesman look. You know what I mean? Like that's a fair thing to say. That's just you kind of look like you're trying to look nice, but you're really quite fake and dead inside. That's why I went with the used car salesman. But thank you so much in Fantasy I Die.
Access media out there where it's like, we'll give you access as long as you're friendly to our company, right? That happens a lot within journalism and all that when people get big.
I'm not a journalist, nor what? I'm not a journalist.
I mean, I think everybody nowadays just talks about comic book news without having any types of journalism.
Yeah, like it's just we're talking about this stuff because we enjoy it. That's not okay. All right. Fans have been doing that since the creation of fandom. Pretty normal shit.
But it seems like she got big and she just turned on her fans because she was disingenuous.
Oh shit! You know what? We need to check. I've been waiting. Damn it! I was hoping I was gonna hit. He said you got big, and I was hoping. It reminded me. I'm hoping we hit 60K subscribers live tonight. We're really close.
Neo, you're back with a new profile picture. Why is everybody changing their profile picture? I'm just kidding. You can do whatever you want. Spice up life. Spice of life? Spice up life.
I turned on you, Elon. How? I'm confused. But yes, oh, that's what he was saying. Duh. No, we're 43 away. So let's see if we can hit it live tonight. That would be awesome.
43K?
What happened?
Or...
From 60K.
Oh, congratulations.
Oh boy. Robert, what is going on? Since we're being sniped, so mods go zero tolerance. I would say give them one warning. That's it. I don't see why one warning isn't needed, or more than that isn't needed. I don't want people to come in here and think it's some sort of police state, but just be friendly to each other, and that's all you got to worry about.
Now, she's of course been going at young Ripa. She's made fun of the ISOM campaign quite a bit.
You don't talk about him that much. I think you made up to 5 videos about him, but
I have not made 5 videos about him.
Yeah, that's why I say up to, because it could be 5 or less.
I made the tokenization one, and I made one when somebody sent me as a reaction to his Sandman video.
Mr. Sandman.
That's it. But it's so funny. He has the same exact tactics as SJW's, but pretends like he's the good guy. He said she made fun of ISOM campaign. When did I make fun of it? By calling it the rip-off verse? That was called, that was on Disagreements. That was called clickbait, right? So making fun of it, being a critic is not an attack. Being critical of bad language or generic tropes is not an attack. It's called being critical, just as I would be critical to any sort of media that I review. It's that easy. It's annoying because they pretend like they talk about hate speech and words being an attack, but if you say anything at all, you get said it's an attack. Okay, sure.
Another jealous loser out there, one of many.
What? Because hold on, he's made more videos about me than I have of Ripa, but I'm the jealous loser.
Well, he has said that he likes drama. And so, you know how people are like, well, monetize your haters. It's what he does.
That's it. And that's exactly what everybody
does nowadays. Yeah, it's what you're doing too.
That's exactly what I'm doing. And I generally don't. But at this point, I was like, I don't have a stream. Let's do this. Let's fucking do this live.
Why are we talking about dinosaurs?
Dinosaurs?
They're talking about dinosaurs and turtles.
Turtles are
Dinosaurs
delicious.
versus
Why are
turtles?
you eating turtles, Black Phoenix? I hope you're talking about the chocolate. Because those
Oh, chocolate turtles are good.
delicious. Delicious. All right, here we go.
As Ripa continues to just soar to new heights over and over and over again. And she's taking this personally and attacking his colorist Gabriel.
The mental gymnastics in this. I'm sorry I keep pausing it so much. But
I'm sorry, I didn't even hear.
the mental gymnastics are mind-boggling. He said I took it personally. What did I take personally? There's nothing personal about it. There's nothing personal to take. So, okay. And that I attacked Gabe because of it. We talked a little bit on the stream about the Gabe Al-Taib stuff. I asked you earlier, do you remember mentioning Ripa in that stream?
Which one?
When we talked about the Mark and Gabe situation on Thursday.
Not from what I remember. I know we talked about Gabe because that was the topic, and he works on he's the colorist for the Ripaverse, but that's all I remember. It's like Gabe Al-Taib, he's color for the Ripaverse, and but nothing huge from what I remember.
Yeah, I don't remember ever. I honestly don't remember mentioning him whatsoever. Maybe, but I didn't even make my connection. I think when I explained who Al-Taib was, I said, I know I did. I said he was the guy that used to work for DC. He left during Son of Kal-El because of, I wasn't sure if it was because they made Jonathan gay or because of the change in the slogan. And then you corrected me and said there was a bunch of changes or something to that effect. But I didn't bring up Ripa. That would be unnecessary.
Taib, and I think this does tie into the Ripa situation. We'll get into
that
in just a second. All right, my name is John Delarose. I'm a #1 best-selling video starting for me. I have all of my novel link if you like work into it. All right,
that's the remix version.
That for you. Call on Bounding Into Comics about how Mark Brooks is out there.
Just absolutely great sources. Great sources. They've never lied before, ever.
Going around making these tweets because Gabe Al-Taib showed up at San Diego Comic-Con and took a selfie in front of his booth. Mark lost it and started going off saying he called the cops on him. He called him a danger, said if he's attending other Comic-Cons ever again, Mark Brooks won't be there, trying to strong-arm comic cards into banning Gabe.
I don't blame Mark. To my understanding, everything I have seen was Mark is dumb, to be fair. I would love to have Mark on for a conversation. Mark is dumb. Like, I like Mark Brooks. His art's great. Everything always looks a little wet, and I kind of like it. But Mark's one of those people that like to go up to a beehive, stick his finger in the beehive, and then go, I got stung. How could this happen to me? How could it happen to me? But
no cops were called. It was just security.
Yeah, exactly.
Everything else was correct.
The thing is I haven't seen. I had somebody leave a comment on that post that I said, I hope he files charges. That Mark invited him to debate. I asked a couple people. I don't use Twitter, so I don't know. I don't follow either one of these two people very closely at all. To my knowledge, I haven't seen it. I haven't seen that. So if that happened, it changes the situation. But to my understanding, I can't find it.
Gabe Al-Taib. Now, make no mistake, the reason this is happening.
Oh, I even looked at this article and it didn't have anything. I'm pretty sure
a lot of it got deleted on Gabe's side and on Mark's side. So, like, you would have to find like a screenshot of like some of the stuff that was said.
Yeah, if somebody has it, send it to my
If
email.
somebody has it.
Yeah, but that means it would certainly have to exist in order to have it.
Mm.
Now, that I don't know. I have no idea. We'll have to wait and see.
Gabe is Ripa's colorist. Gabe is a huge success. His stuff's growing, and Mark's trying to just kneecap him by making sure that all these comic conventions won't host somebody who's awesome like Gabe, and then it gives Mark more attention because Mark is kind of a flailing artist who doesn't do very much these days.
I love the gaslighting. Oh my goodness. Mark is a flailing artist that doesn't do very much these days. Come on. You can't be serious. Just because you don't like somebody doesn't mean, just because I'm not a huge fan of the Rippaverse doesn't mean I cannot say that he's successful. That is ridiculous to say. That is called lying to your gaslighting your audience, right? You're saying
Mm-hmm.
he's some flailing artist. You
Flailing.
can't you can't be
Hey,
serious.
Lorenzo.
What'd you say?
I said, hey, Lorenzo. I haven't seen him in a very long time.
Oh. I see Vicky is here. I watched something of Vicky and Dean's the other day, and I don't remember what I think it was about the Rippaverse. I think. I'm pretty sure. Gabe started name calling and demanding a debate with Mark months ago. That's ridiculous. That's
Yeah, I remember I said that on the other stream. I said apparently Gabe wanted a debate. Mark said no, but he still decided to see if he can visit him at a con despite Mark blocking him, which to me should have been a sign of, hey,
leave me
I don't want
alone.
to yeah,
Yeah.
I don't want to see you. And that's where the whole picture takes place, and apparently with the picture there's two sides to it. The picture where he's like, "Oh, I missed Mark."
Mhm.
Mark said that he was literally around the corner, so he could have just gone around, and then other
Right.
people said, "Oh, Mark was just not there." And I'm like, "Well, it's kind of weird because they've both been at cons, so they both should know how a con works with the panels, comic panels and everything." So it's like, I don't know who to believe on that part.
Yeah, I don't know. We would have to be a fly on the wall to know.
Mm-hmm. But I wish I can
Why?
go.
Who's threatening to ban Trinity? Why would he be banned?
Wait, what?
No, absolutely not. That's weird. Okay,
Who's
let's keep
Trinity?
going. Second Street Marvel, who also has a channel that you guys should check out. He does indie comic reviews. He does new comic reviews. Bunch of good
Ooh.
stuff. Second Street Marvel is the name. All right, here we go.
It's kind of been his MO for the last few days. So we covered that already. Like I said, we made a video yesterday if you want to go check that out, or the Bounding into Comics article details that too. But Nerdette, of course, is one, and she's been going at Ripa, and she's been going at Ripa in the ISOM campaign for a while. And there's a reason for that. This is a debate Ripa had with Nerdette called Debating About Tokenism in Comic Books back in 2021. And he brought Nerdette on. Nerdette she doesn't actually go on camera or anything like that. She just...
Because he told me to call in and gave me a phone number. He acts like it's some nefarious thing. No. He said, here's this number. I said, can I use my mic because my phone sucks? He said no. That was on Ripa.
calls in, which is bizarre. You're not going to do well in a debate anyway under those conditions when somebody's willing to go on camera and you're not. It just kind of makes you look like a snake. And
But
It
wait,
makes
why
me
does
look
it
like
matter that he?
it doesn't.
No, like you asked if you can use your mic, and he said no, and I'm like, well, why can't she? Is that a big deal?
Because he was being super shitty about it. I had COVID and I'm like, look,
Oh
I'm
no.
going to it was the only time I ever got fucking COVID. I wasn't even making content. I was so sick. And I was like, thank you, Robert. Translation, gaslight / blood sport equals debate. Exactly. And I was like, look, I'll do it. That's fine. Can you use StreamYards? Like I'm sure in my email I have the receipts to prove this. And he said no. And he said, I don't care if you oh, what's it called? Like stream it on your channel. And I was like, that's not necessary. Because I wasn't even using Restream at that time, so I didn't know how. But
Wow.
I was like, can I set up my computer? Can I? No, nope, nope, nope. I'm like, okay, fine.
So he just
whatever.
wanted it like immediately. He didn't want to wait.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm like there, it was just on a whim thing. Like he went live. I said something in the chat, and he was like, come on now. It wasn't like hey, we're gonna have a debate at 6 p.m. tomorrow evening. It was, come on now, regardless of being sick, regardless of any of that. And I was just like, fine, your rules, your channel, that's fine. I don't care. But that's not making me a snake. If anything, the snake in that situation would be Ripa for being literally not letting me set up anything.
And Ripa eviscerated her. She took the SJW position that, all this stuff in DC and Marvel Comics, the woke garbage that they're like shoving down your children's throats is great. And
I can't. I can't with this dude. He knows
But
nothing
Jurassic
about
League
me.
is amazing. I love Jurassic League. The whole dinosaur thing is such an awesome concept.
Yes, Jurassic League's super fucking cute too. For one, the whole kid thing, stop pretending like it's like kids read comics nowadays. They don't. Some do, maybe, but it's very limited on what they do. So stop saying that I took all of the, I don't even understand what that means. What did I take side on woke thing or whatever? Like you're not giving any specifics. You're just gaslighting me or your
Plus,
audience.
I do know some people at my job who actually read comics. I'm letting them know when the Jurassic League comes on a trade paperback because she loves dinosaurs. But they're all older than 12. Then what, like, that's how, like, some of these are like 12 and up, 13 and up. But even back in the day when it was 12 or 13 and up, some of them are pretty raunchy. And that Green Arrow comic, I'm like, listen, I kind of like the last half, but I ain't getting the trade paperback because Oliver Queen and Diana like doing the deed is not something I kind of want to see. I just want him to shoot his arrow.
The funny thing is they weren't calling this shit out when you had a shit ton of sex in comics. Like, I don't know why we were talking about this the other day, but like Black Canary with Batman fucking in 5 minutes. The stuff.
Sorry, I was laughing at Andrew's comment. He made a Austin Powers reference.
I love Austin Powers. But like you weren't calling it out and saying, think of the children, please think of the children, when it was straight couples, right? So you
I
get to
don't
do
hear
it now.
anybody complain about that. I will complain about it. Oh no, Robert, you didn't get the joke. That was the Austin Powers joke. Oh, you didn't get it. Oh, too bad.
I'm so confused. But yes, this is ridiculous. This is ridiculous. Stop with the moral panic. This was like satanic panic of the 80s. Take away your fucking video games because you guys are gonna be violent kind of rhetoric. I'm just not into it. It's low IQ bullshit.
Ripa's like, F that. And he just blew her the fuck out. Pardon my French. So she's been on a rampage against him ever since. And of course, going off saying, I saw him speak.
A rampage ever since. This is crazy to me. This is what I mean. His people will buy this. A rampage ever since. I made one clip of a live stream where he said that, oh, what's it called? The Sandman was never woke. Apparently you haven't read The Sandman. Like, that's it. That's a rampage. That's what constitutes these people as a rampage. Use your words correctly. Use them correctly. you're taking communication and you're taking these words and making them mean nothing whatsoever.
Basically little more than a scam, a grift, and all that. But look at this. Ripa blows this out of the water again today. Beautiful stuff. I saw this video. He's got ISOM in the warehouse. It's done. He's got printed books. Amazing.
Nice.
I can't believe he did this all in advance. Like, just like every step of the way has been the right call. He's done the right thing. This is an amazing business. I'm excited to have backed this, and I'm looking forward to the book.
These people are
why is he talking like that? Like,
I don't know, but
I've seen people do that all the time. But this is Ripa's first it's not his first business. He does music. And his wife also has an independent business that he has promoted from time to time. So I'm pretty sure he knows how things work. It would just be like, for a lot of indies, there's like, even after COVID, there's so much printing issues still, which I'm like, what's going on? Also, what printer is he using? Is he using Printer Ninja? Because I feel like everybody's using Printer Ninja right now.
Well, I find it funny. These people like this make videos and go, oh my God, the comic pros are saying that comics are selling so good, but they include manga. And then are like, indie comics are so good, but we're including Ripa's numbers. You're not getting that. That's not your sales, nor your money, nor are you anywhere near close. Ridiculous.
I'll review it, of course, when it comes out. So that's not the news either. Nerdette decides to go after Gabe El-Taib here, Ripa's colorist, with the Mark Brooks stuff I was mentioning yesterday. Here it is. As if these people, Comicsgaters, don't bug enough. Now they cross a line into real life. So I guess Gabe's not allowed to just hang out at a Comic-Con and have fun and take selfies like everybody else at a Comic-Con. Why would you even think that? That's not right. Gabe has a right to be there as much as anybody else. And Gabe, being a professional in the industry, really has a right to be there. In fact,
Did he have a panel? Do we know if he had a panel?
He did have a panel.
He did.
But I didn't have a problem with him being there at all. The problem is that he still wanted to debate with Mark when Mark says he doesn't want to debate. But you still went to look for him.
Yeah.
That's something you don't do. If somebody doesn't want to talk to you, then you don't have to talk to that person. Don't go out of your way. You have to value yourself. You don't need anybody's validation. You don't need to debate anybody. You are yourself, and you focus on yourself.
Well, yeah, exactly. And the issue is, you have your panel, you maybe go see some of your old colleagues and maybe some friends, have a good time. If someone wants to be left alone, it's really easy to just leave them alone. When you purposefully, I guess, annoy them for a year online after they've blocked you, supposedly, and then on top of that, seek them out, that's getting a little bit too much. That's a little extra that you don't need.
Viper is correct. He did say to see him, but Mark still didn't. But Gabe still didn't do that. Mark says in this photo, he's just around the corner. He's like, that's not where I am. Go around the corner, get an autograph. But he still didn't do that. But Gabe still really said that he missed them. And that's the part where it's very confusing.
Right. Like, what was he just kind of posing for a photo for his followers to make it look like he was seeking him out and knew not to cross that line? Or was it him actually trying to find him? I don't know. Either way.
Because we don't know what's happening in between all of this. We know that they did contact each other, but that's it. Honestly, like, I feel like I won't defend Mark and I won't defend Gabe on this.
Yeah. Like I said, Mark is one of those dudes that just wants to poke a bear to see if he can get a reaction. And that's really, really dumb. Like, they both made really dumb decisions, but once you take it to the point where you're actually trying to go in face to face with someone, that's where a line is crossed. And that's where I'm like, yeah, no, Yeah, no. Maybe it's time to file harassment charges, but if that's the case, then he needs to stop also. Like, he can't keep tweeting or whatever he's doing and keep bothering Gabe after all this. He has to stop also. It can't just be one-sided.
Should be having a booth for people to sign. Not really Mark Brooks, who nobody cares about. From what I understand, I had somebody on the ground there who told me that that Mark Brooks is at this table with Ryan Otley and a bunch of other like great artists in the industry, and they all had long lines, and nobody was in line for Mark.
Are you serious, Trinity? Of course I am. Knock it off.
Brooks. Very funny stuff right there. So she links Mark Brooks' Twitter thread where he rambles and cries. This is a grown man. Again, he's like 52 years old, crying that there's a Hispanic man taking a selfie at Comic-Con. It's insane.
What does his race have to do with anything?
John just likes to add it in randomly.
Okay. All right. Is he trying to insinuate that it had anything to do with that? That's what I don't understand.
Because he uses it to play around a lot, he could and he could not.
That's
and there she
weird.
goes further. I hope he.
Oh wait, hold on. Let me see what. Robert, I was terrified of speaking out against JDA because I packed one of his books and he proved he'd use backers docs if I I've since moved so I'm not as worried. Wow. That's fucked up. Just be careful. I didn't know. I don't know if he's ever done that.
Bye, Mark Knoll. Have a nice night.
Wait, what?
Oh, Mark says he's going, so I said bye. Have a nice night.
Bye, Mark. Just be careful. That's all I gotta say. Just be careful. JDA uses the Hispanic label as a shield for himself. He's got to extend it to Gabe. That's kind of the feel I was getting for it.
Derek has a question for you also afterwards.
Okay. He is very much so seems like he's using any sort of criticism as saying it's an attack, and very much so using his race as like a shield, right? It's a shield and a sword. Derek, let me see here. I got an honest question. If you just see Eric and talk to him or dislike his opinions, but like one or two of the comics aren't. Wait, hold on. Let me read this again. My dyslexia is kicking in.
You want me to read
it? Yeah, I have an honest question. If you just see Eric and talk to him or dislike his opinions, but like one or two of his comics, are you now CG? Okay. No.
I buy from CG and I'm still like not considered CG. I may have been like way back in the day, but like a lot of their projects are just no longer interesting to me anymore.
I don't think there's, and I'm not going to review it because I didn't back it, but I don't think there's anything wrong with if you actually like something being honest about it. I think it's fair to give credit when it's due, no matter who it is. And if that's, if you enjoy the book, enjoy the book. There's nothing wrong with that. But no, and the CG thing is stupid. Like, for some reason that had hung over me for a really long time too, when it still does. Like, you have people like Forced Adversity, who's a douchebag, who will try to still say shit like that. Like, it's just, you're not going to make everyone happy. Just enjoy what you like. That's the only thing I see here. The thing I hate is when they call people SJWs for using saying words are attacks and then doing the exact same thing, and then making everything about race and then doing the exact same thing. Like, he is absolutely no different than an SJW. He is a right-wing SJW. That's the only difference here.
Vicky, I think you might be wrong. I've heard people say that he has said that he is a part of Comicsgate and he is with Comicsgate. Somebody even said that they did a super chat asking what he thinks about Comicsgate or if he's with Comicsgate, and he has said yes.
Who?
Eric?
I mean, I assumed he was. I don't know personally.
I
They're
usually don't like to assume. I want like people who have actually like spoken to him before I say anything about it.
Right.
Because even though has he hang out with EVS before? I feel like I heard something like that. But I
Who?
heard he
Eric?
yeah, I
Yeah,
don't
they've
know.
streamed before.
Yeah, so even though he hung out with them, that doesn't mean he is
Hello,
Comicsgate.
Angelo.
But people have said yes, we've asked him personally, and he has said that he is Comicsgate. Which if he is, he is. Which I wouldn't have never known because it's like when I did watch his channel a lot, I never saw him do any reviews on Comicsgate books. I could have found something.
Who, Eric?
Yeah.
He doesn't review comic books, though.
Rarely. He rarely did them, and then he just stopped.
Yeah, anything I've seen, it's just been like, oh my god, the excess media said there was a freaking girl, and I keep using GTA as an example. It's not a bad one. Okay, recently, they had pronouns in the multiversity book. Oh my god, these idiots, I don't know, I'm trying to use this lingo, I'm not good at it. Basically think they're taking over your comic books. Buy mine. Did I get that pretty close?
I think so.
Yeah, there we go. Hello, Saggy.
Hey.
I love me some Saggy.
Don't say it like that.
Charges.
What's that?
I said don't say it like that. It's a joke from regular show.
Insane.
Don't take it too seriously.
And there she goes further. I hope he files harassment charges. Like literally like asking legal charge for what? For taking a selfie at a public convention? You're insane. You're insane.
See the gaslighting? Of course he knows it's not for just taking a public selfie. Of course he knows that. But he's got to be disingenuous 100% in order to sell this story of this evil girl that is such an SJW. She wants people taken out of cons? Like, what? No, I've had to deal with harassers too. I've had to deal with filing different charges. It sucks, but it's much better documented than not at all. That's the biggest deal here is the documentation. It proves a pattern of behavior.
Or that. This is obviously just a hit piece to try to propagate Mark Brooks's.
A hit piece? It's a fucking community. Oh my god. This man can't be this dim-witted, right? Like, this is just a community post. In order, really, literally right there, it says, gonna talk more about this tomorrow at 11 a.m. It was an advertisement for our stream. And talking about the situation in brief. It's not a hit piece. Do you know what a hit piece is?
I think it was like assassins and stuff, but that's probably not the right definition.
No, I just mean like usually when you think of a hit piece, you think of an article in a main tabloid or something. Like a hit piece.
Going to their houses?
No, like so remember the whole thing that started this with between Johnny Depp and the Sun was a hit piece. They called him specifically a wife beater, stating something that wasn't true. So in my original post, nothing of what I said was untrue. I'm double checking, but I posted the picture. I said, they bug enough, now they've crossed the line. That's true. That's an opinion. Unacceptable. That's true. Nothing of what I said was a hit piece. But you would have to understand what it is, JDA, what one is, in order to actually make that assumption. But you know what? You don't care because your audience doesn't care. Because you've already sold this idea of this bitch is bad. She's an SJW.
It's nonsense to try to cancel Ripa, try to cancel Gabe. And that's what they're.
I only get like 4 words in before it gets irritating. When have I ever tried to cancel anybody besides maybe Amber Heard?
You have tried to cancel nobody. You never called for any cancellation. Um, mm, from how much I have known you and I've seen your videos, you haven't.
Yeah, maybe it's time to cancel you, Bianca.
I'm ready.
Yes. I stood up for Gina Carano. I'm trying to think. I've talked out against Mags and against Vita Ayla. I've criticized Booked. I've talked out against the anti SJWs, but I've never ever called for anyone's jobs. And if you remember, a lot of people were going, well, Amber's going to lose her job. Amber's going to lose her job. And I actually said, this boycott type idea won't work. Boycotts generally do not work. And there's a lot of other people
Very
writing
rare.
on that too. What's that?
It's very rare when they do work.
Yeah. That's why I said she's not going to lose her job. The best thing you can do is just I don't know whether it would be better, honestly, to just stop talking about it or but once you stop talking about it, then she's able to get jobs again. So it's a whole fucked up, totally different situation. Robert, thank you so much. The thing about anti SJWs like CG is that they see people as allies or useful idiots. They think their allies are friends, but they can drop them quick. That's the thing about JDA is he isn't useful idiot and he won't admit it. And he won't even I don't even think he'll admit it to himself, which could be probably the most painful. He is. He absolutely is. Ethan has used him before. He'll do it again. He's obviously not being genuine here in what he's stating because most of what he's said has been completely fabricated or straight out lies.
It seems a bit too he's like, oh, she put it on her community post. Oh, it's a hit piece. And I'm like, that's pretty extreme.
Wait, Cartoon and Comics, did I hit it? Oh, I gotta check. No, I got all excited. I still need 22 more. That's all right. We might get
Why
there.
you always lying? Why you always lying?
But thank you for the early congratulations, Cartoon and Comics. You are awesome. I thought it would be today, but I know it'll be probably later on tonight. I'm hoping. I can't believe it. Honestly, I never thought I'd get above. I was at 21.6K subs for like a year. Like well over a year. And
There's a question.
What's that?
Question from whether Angel or Angel. I can't tell. Oh, Angel Castillo.
Okay. Do you find canceling the same as not supporting someone?
Nowhere near the same.
No.
I thought canceling was like wanting people fired for their jobs or something.
Yeah, calling for their jobs, calling for their livelihoods, calling for them to be blacklisted. My cats are fighting, you little fuck faces. Calling for them to be blacklisted, calling for them to not be able to retain any jobs in the future. No, not supporting somebody is capitalism, right? And it's funny because a lot of what these people complain about capitalism at the end of the day. Like during Pride Month, that's called rainbow capitalism. It works. They sell a lot of stuff. Whether it's including new like multiversity book, including pronouns. They think that is for a certain demographic. That is capitalism. A lot of what these people complain about, in essence, are their issues with capitalism.
Isn't that what we just did, Cartoon and Comics? Fire someone for nothing? Oh, wait, no, you probably meant to that person. I'm sorry. Ignore what I just said.
Wait, what?
Nothing.
Okay.
I don't know about JDA, but not all of CG is making use of useful idiots. It's simple enough to debate against SJWs using their flawed logic. Oh yeah, I follow a few people from CG. One of them did my if you can see my profile picture here, it is of a werewolf. Somebody, I know somebody from CG, very kind friend of mine, and he did my he usually does all I usually ask him for commissions because I like his art. But I'm waiting for his comic, but he keeps getting hired by other people, so he can't work on his comic. And I'm like, I'm sad, but I'm also happy. Like, you're getting money, but you don't have time to work on your comic. So it's a pro and con for me.
The problem is when it comes to CG people is people like this give the rest of them a bad name. People like Ethan Van Sciver give the rest of them a bad name. So you being put, and it sucks, people doing guilty by association sucks, but we are naturally tribalistic people, all for the most part. And people will see that label and they won't like it, right? So they'll stay away or they'll gravitate towards. It just depends on how you want that to kind of flow, and that's up to you. What celebrate 30K? Okay, we'll do that towards the end. Show off my little video. We still got about 30 seconds here.
They're doing here. Gonna talk about this more tomorrow, live at 11 a.m. Eastern. Well, this was 2 days ago. I didn't actually watch her video because I don't care. But it's really sad to see
you don't care, but you still talk
care
about
enough to you cared enough to make a video.
Because again, it's the whole monetizing your haters thing, which you are doing right now.
Yeah.
And it's like, just be honest. Say you care enough to make a video about it, calling Nerdette out, and raise your fist in the air. Woo! You know, honesty is the best policy.
Yeah. And I don't blame them. That was a stream. That would have taken a while to watch. But like, don't pretend like you don't care enough to at least make a fucking video on it. Come on now.
I like to think of you as the highlight Derek's comment. That made me laugh.
Where's Derek's comment? Where's Derek? Nerdette talked the SJW, so she's uber SJW. But she also had an anti-SJW sign, so she's an evil Muslim. I can't win. I don't try to win anymore. You're never going to make everybody happy. You're never going to make either faction happy. If you step out of line, guarantee if Ripa steps out of line, I would be curious as a libertarian what his views are on abortion. Because guarantee he steps out of line, he loses money from his pocket. So he keeps saying what right-wingers want to hear. And it goes the same on the other side. If you start to say what they don't want to hear, that's it. You're done. That's it. It's over. The money train is over.
Wait, did your boy Zach stop being Comicsgate? Did I miss that?
I don't know. I don't watch his stuff anymore. I haven't in a while.
I've never watched his stuff, so I don't know.
I used to actually really like Zach.
And I liked his frick. No. Don't leave from my brain. America. Made in the USA.
What?
From Marvel.
Oh, yes.
America Chavez. There we go. I'm sorry. It was because I didn't say her last name.
I did used to watch his comic book reviews, and then he stopped doing them. And he's kind of went down like a crazy fucking hill. Like, I seen a community post pop up one time where he was talking about Multiversity, how it was a terrible book, and it was just all lesbian autistic women. Like, it was just okay, trying to use autistic as a slur towards lesbians. I don't understand it. He really seems to have lost it a bit since he stopped doing
America.
like America, fuck yeah. That's what I think of. I can't help it.
I think of it too. For me, I think of the anime Hetalia, which America is a character.
What does stepping out of line look like? Saying anything or supporting anything opposite to what that ilk likes or dislikes. Like, can you imagine if one of them were to go on there and when She-Hulk came out and was like, She-Hulk was really good? It just wouldn't happen. Saying anything that disagrees with their narrative. And the funny thing is it was The Fourth Age. I clicked on his video. I didn't actually listen to but more than 2 minutes of it. And it was something about propaganda is now in comics, da 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 da. Same thing we hear over and over again. So I left a comment and I was like, would you consider Matt Walsh's kids book propaganda? 3 people replied like, no, that's not propaganda. Okay, funny how that works. If I agree with it, it's not propaganda. But if it is anything outside of our main narrative, it's propaganda, SJW, wokeism, infecting your children, and oh my God, the moral panic. Who will think of the children? Who
Wait,
will
hold
think the
on. Is somebody
kids?
starting something with Saggy in the chat?
For what?
I don't know.
Maggie's
I
awesome.
was I was seeing some things here and there, but I was like, was it about George Floyd?
Oh, I have no idea. Back to that shit with that Ryan Kittle. Ryan Kittle's an idiot. Like, okay, I showed Bianca this before, but I'll show you guys since we brought it up. This, I got sent this today. I won't say who because I don't want to piss anybody off, but this. Please tell me your initial reaction. Oh, it's figure drawing. Figure drawing, chill. Be nice. This is how you have to defend yourself. I thought it was a fucking joke tweet at first, like a parody account. Why? Okay, all right. That's hilarious.
I do like that guy's hat in the left.
On the left, let's see.
It's very colorful. Oh, it's
You
like
think
a
he's got?
beach. It's
Yeah.
I see like palm trees on it. Oh, that's cool. I like that. I also
That's
want
so,
the glasses the guy on the right has, you know, where you just
so
flip
convenient.
the yeah, everybody was like, "Yeah, you should get them." And I'm like, "I should, but I need new glasses."
Yeah, that's super fucking convenient. But yeah, that's kind of ridiculous thing to put out there. Okay, if you have to put that out there, there's probably an issue. Just saying, probably an issue. Propaganda goes both ways, regardless of political views. Absolutely,
Yes.
absolutely. And for people to say no, it wasn't propaganda, it absolutely 100% was anti-trans propaganda. But you're defending it because you agree with it. Okay, all right. You do you, but you're a fucking hypocrite. Absolutely a hypocrite. All right. What do we got? Like 30 seconds here.
Acting like this. She really has just taken the unhinged approach every single time. She is a full SJW at this point. She is a scammer who just hates you as an audience, hates everybody
I
involved.
love it. I'm so excited. They do this all the time where they're like, Marvel hates you. They hate you. You know, all those artists, all those editors, all the letterers. Donny Cates, he fucking hates you. I finally made it into the he hates you crowd. I finally made it.
But who are you scamming? You're not taking anybody's money.
I don't know. I haven't figured that part out yet. But I hate them apparently. I don't hate a single fucking person. That's the crazy thing. I put my opinions out there. If somebody doesn't like them, a lot of times I'll bring them on for disagreements, or I've had people on, like I had Gene Gentry on, who's awesome. We had a conversation about stuff we disagreed with. I showed her
Oh,
some of
yeah.
the I showed her like some of the bounding into comics where they were caught in a bunch of lies and stuff. But I don't hate anybody, even if they disagree with me. That's ridiculous to think. I'm not some freaking psychopath authoritarian. I know other opinions exist. I know people aren't going to agree with me, but I'm also refusing to be a bully and bully these people that just want to have a queer couple. I'm not. I'm just not. I love Harlivy or Harlivy. Is that how you say it? Harlivy.
I don't
Third
know the
time's a charm.
ship name.
Harley and Ivy. And a lot of people love that couple. I'm myself included. I'm not going to be the bully. And a lot of what we've seen from the Republicans, especially lately, is just a misery and bullying. And it's gotten to a point that it's a little concerning. So yeah, I talked about Roe v. Wade. I talked about those things. I also talked about comics too. Like, I mean, I kind of am open to just about anything.
With the people who made her channel great, and it's really, really sad to watch. Nerdette, stop it. That's it. All right, what do you think about this? Leave a comment down below.
Nerdette, stop it. Stop it. Okay. Stop what? My mom and dad hate me. No, James. I'll beat them up for you. That's ridiculous. I don't hate anybody. Let's see. You know what's even worse? Is these fucking comments.
Dang, they're comics. Woo, back 'em,
Right?
back 'em.
I didn't look at them. I'm like, I don't know if I want to. I bore somebody. Constant drama queen behavior exasperating. She's alienating everyone. Okay. Well, I used to respect this YouTuber. Why do these neutral people always turn out to be freaks? Oh, I'm a
But you
freak.
have stayed neutral, though. You still have people who follow you on YouTube that are Comicsgate. You still have people like me who are Christians who still follow you. And you still have people who are on the conservative side still follow you. Even some that are on the extreme side still follow you. Even if they only comment to say, hey, I disagree. But they still don't mind your opinion.
Right. And it's pretty easy to get along with people in general. There are a lot of like shitty people in Comicsgate, and that's hyperbolizing. But like, there are a lot of really shitty, mean people. But there are a lot of good fucking people too. And there are people like Elon in the chat. I don't think he's full on Comicsgate, but he definitely gives off that vibe. And he's awesome. Like, why is there need to be so much my team versus your team? And the reason is it sells books. It's a market type that work. It is a good way to and it's kind of what Republicans in a way have become, like politicizing to own the libs. Like if your whole policy revolves around owning somebody else, I don't know. I'm not cool with that. Like I don't want to be the fucking bully. And Comicsgate a lot of the times are the fucking bully.
They need to fix their infighting. That's definitely something that they have to fix.
See, I don't know about that, but when I get sent stuff, I'm like,
oh,
real?
Neo wanted me. He wanted me to say, Tristan, stop hating him. Stop hating all of this beautiful people in this chat right now. Stop it.
I don't hate Leo.
No, not Leo. Neo Arcadia.
Oh, Neo. Oh, I always call him Noah. Oops. I do that. I fix.
I told you how to correct it. Oh. I'm gonna have to force you into some like Japanese classes.
I like how these people say objective. So, me being an objective in a review is giving you my opinion, right? In order to be objective in some of these people's eyes, you have to fucking hate everything. You have to hate everything. That is objectivity to them. That's not how that works. You are allowed to like. You are allowed to love. You are allowed to hate. It is called being a fan.
And I say Reese is right about the Nubia and the Amazons. It's pretty meh.
Mm-hmm.
It's not bad. It's just a little bit too slow, despite everything like picking up. I don't know if it's the dialogue or something.
It's I like Faruka a lot.
Who?
Faruka or whatever her name is. Am I saying it wrong?
Who's that? Is that the writer or
No,
the?
the Blana McDowell leader. Oh, you might not be there yet.
I'm on number 6
Of Wonder Woman?
of Nubia and the Amazons. I'm not on How Wonder Woman right now.
Oh, okay. So you haven't seen Faruka yet. Never mind. I was thinking more into Trial of the Amazon. She's awesome though. You'll meet her.
Yeah. I only have the Wonder Girl Trial of the Amazons, and I have the Nubia Trial of the Amazons. So I'm missing a lot.
Bleeding Fool. So embarrassed that Nerdass used to contribute to Bleeding Fool. She should call Uncle Richie. Who's Uncle Richie? Any
Is that
clue?
somebody from Bleeding Cool or?
I don't know. Oh, this person
I
comes
think
around
it
every once in a
reminds
while.
me of ice cream. I feel like there was an ice cream called Little Richie.
Oh, maybe she. I don't know. Maybe Rich from Bleeding Cool. Maybe I don't fucking know. She goes
You're a
out of her
soft
way
critic, though. I have more refined tastes.
She goes out of her way to constantly attack Rip. She called his work
You
the
do
Rip Off
not.
verse, which is ironic considering the comic. So he attacks Drew because of me. That I don't like. That's ridiculous. There is no reason for that whatsoever. I don't understand why you would think it was okay to say something shitty about. I don't get it. I don't get it
Oh, Rich
whatsoever.
Johnson from Bleeding Cool.
That's what I wondered. Okay. I want to show you something.
Yeah, don't say it like that. That sounds
So-
scary.
The whole thing about Comicsgate was it was supposed to make these, correct me if I'm wrong, just good comics, right? That was the point. Be nice to your customer. Don't inject a bunch of politics into it and make good comics. To my understanding, that was how it started, right? Am I correct on this assumption here, do you think?
I believe so.
Okay. So I want to show you something hilarious. The delusion of people thinking
I don't even listen to Lizzo. I just heard that one song. I don't even know her songs.
I like that one song. In a minute, I'm gonna need a sentimental woman to pump me up, or something like that.
Yeah, that's the one.
I hear
That's
it off
the
of
only one I
TikTok all
saw.
the time. I hear it on TikTok all the time, and it's catchy as hell.
It's like jazzy, and I like jazz.
So this is actually pretty funny. We're only gonna watch like 2 minutes of it, but the pure delusion that Comicsgate is something bigger than what it is just blows my mind. Listen to this.
They'll vote that way. That's the whole point of what they're doing. Comicsgate is political. It's a political movement trying to stop this from happening.
That alone should negate everything that Comicsgate originally stood for. Comicsgate is a political movement now. What? Oh, Lord, help us all.
We don't want comics and entertainment to be used for this purpose. But you can't argue. You can't sit there and say, let's debate whether or not what you're doing is actually good for comic books, because they know it isn't. There's no argument to be had. They're trying to do something else. They're not looking to sell comics. They're looking to sell you leftism. So,
Pretty sure they're looking to sell comics. And the thing is I ask this quite often. I think I asked it to Ingleteen. I've asked quite a few people I've had on. What specifically are you talking about when you say there's this infection into comics? Give me some titles, because I read a lot. I read way too much. And nobody can name anything besides Son of Kal-El. Do you know maybe multiversity because there was pronouns? Like, where else is this idea coming from? Can you think of any
do
books
you
you read a
mean
lot?
like in the actual comic books, or do you mean promotional stuff? Because usually the promotional stuff would be separate, wouldn't it?
I would think in the comic books.
Well, they don't talk about pronouns in the Multiversity teens comic book.
Yeah, you're right. That's a good point.
They when they promoted it, they did the trading card thingies to say, "Hey, this is their power, blah blah blah. This is their pronoun, blah blah blah." But nothing like that is in the comics.
Yeah, you're right. Let me bring that up, Robert. We'll watch it after this. I'm glad you sent me the link because I was looking for it while we talked. But yes, you're absolutely right. So as far as like social issues, left-leaning social issues in the comics.
Wait, what? Batman's not gay.
No, Batman's not gay.
Nightwing's not gay either.
Batman, Robin, Nightwing, Wonder Woman, none of those people are gay.
And plus, when they
Or
decided
Wonder
to
Woman's
hint
bi,
about, when they hinted for Wonder Woman, that was a long time ago.
Yeah,
I don't know if it's as early as like Greg Rucka stuff where they put more of that in there. I don't know.
It was always sort of hinted at, but I think Greg Rucka canonized it, to my understanding. Nightwing covers are soft cape. Oh my god, you can't be serious. Carbon Heart, you can't be serious. Those covers are amazing. Shut up.
Those are variant covers. They're not the cover A's.
Yes, and they are,
and they're optional.
And they absolutely have female versions of it too. That's the funny part. You remember when they did that one for the Robins? They had Cassie up there looking all sexy in her workout clothes and shit. Yeah. Don't pretend like it's one-sided.
Gabe trying to have a discussion with Mark Brooks, it just ain't going to happen. Of course not. Steve Roberts says, everything Mark Brooks draws looks like it's been sprayed down with a thick coat of Crisco oil. That's a criticism.
Yeah, I would say that's actually a pretty fair criticism. It looks kind of wet, but it's still really, really good. Like, it's fair, though.
Quan Geekery says that Wonder Woman was based on the Dr. Marson's female partner, and she was always coded as bisexual, which people tend to forget. They only remember Dr. Marson and how he had 2 female partners. Nobody's trying to remember that the female partners were also with each other and with the Dr. Marson.
Yeah.
That's bisexual.
Yes.
Or pansexual or whatever the frick they want to call themselves. I don't know.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't know where you would think that don't pretend like they're not towing the line with men being bi-curious night. They're not. Where would you even come up with? They're pushing LGBT culture on all of them. They're absolutely not. You can't give me any examples besides one cover that you've seen. I would love some actual example.
Speaking of tattoo art, in my Nubia number 6 comic book, they gave me a little tattoo.
Seriously? That's awesome.
Yeah, it's it's their logo. It's the Themyscira logo. Apparently, there's one for Yara from the Brazilian Brazilian Amazons. There's the Bana Migdal,
yeah.
From Artemis, and then there's regular Themyscira, which I believe is the lion.
That is awesome.
Animals.
Example, the X-Men are like 90% gay. I don't read X-Men. I don't know what's going on with current X-Men. I want to know where to jump in on, but nobody ever gives me a good example of where to jump in on. I did pick up the Gambit book because I love Gambit. Gambit's awesome.
I won 2 X-Men Annihilation trade paperbacks. I have to read those because I'm not, just like Tristan, I'm not as much as a Marvel person. I do have some stuff, and I'm waiting for the new Thunderbolts to come out. And the thing is, I liked how the reason I got it was because the writer for Thunderbolts I think he did every single other Thunderbolt comic book, but he was literally replying to almost every single comment section on like the Twitter. And he was like, hey, it's good, you should check it out. Hey, I'd be really happy if you could check it out. Hey, listen, it's gonna be so much fun, you should check it out. And someone's like, oh my gosh, but I want the older characters. And they're like, listen, I understand, and I did want to try something new with these characters. And I'm like, you know what, you got spunk and you're happy about this, I'm gonna put it on my pull list.
That's awesome. Let me get the super chat. Why is word race swap being used when no culture has been race swapped? Wouldn't it be mantle swap? No character has been race swapped in comics. Yeah, it would absolutely be mantle swapped. That's a really good point. The only time I can think of when they would actually say race swap is maybe from comic to show. Maybe something along that lines. But yeah, you're absolutely right. A lot of them are mantles, and unfortunately, people don't like that. But that's why we have legacy characters. DC's always done really well with legacy characters.
What? Kurt
Still
said he
waiting,
was
Carbon
writing
Heart.
it. Don't lie to me. He said he was writing it on Twitter, unless they changed it. Ah, my enthusiasm will go down.
No, I'm sorry. Thank you so much, Diversity Fields. I'm still waiting. If anyone sees the Carbon Heart thing, let me know. We'll watch another minute of this.
That I've heard. I think it's a valid criticism of his shitty artwork. I agree with you with that. I've noticed that myself. Everything's shiny and there's, the light doesn't affect it. It's weird. It hurts you about that. So anyway, Gabe went to San Diego Comic-Con with the intention of confronting Mark Brooks and sort of asking him some questions, being like, all right, I want to debate you. And if you're not going to debate me on the internet, let's debate face to face. I want to ask you why you're doing what you're doing, why you're saying what you're saying. How could you possibly be opposed to Comicsgate unless you are evil? Are you evil? I mean, that's the only reason anybody is against Comicsgate is because they're lying, and they're lying because they're evil. Those two reasons. They're political operatives. That's all it is. Comicsgate makes 100% perfect sense. It is moral, it's ethical, it's just, it's righteous, it's goals, heavenly, from God.
What? The only way, let's digest this for a minute here. The only way you could be against Comicsgate is if you are evil or a liar. Meanwhile, the people in Comicsgate last week or 2 weeks ago, I don't remember, were calling me, see you next Tuesday, sitting there doing anything they could to make fun of my voice, doing anything they could to possibly demean me. But I'm the evil one. I'm the bully. Can someone make it make sense? I got called a bigot for following EVS on Twitter. Saggy, you are a fucking bigot, but I love you anyway. Wasn't CG partly founded because comics were going to confront your boy Zach at a convention? I do remember something like that. Didn't Zach end up not going? I don't know the story exactly. Fuck, I can't remember. It's been forever. It was something along those lines. I'm still waiting for this supposed list that is going to expose the leftist agenda at Marvel. If you have this list right and readily available, why didn't you give us a better example than there was Nightwing shirtless on a cover? Yeah, that's what I thought.
Oh, dang it. They're probably right. No, he probably is not writing it. Oh, he was promoting it forever. Kurt Busiek. No.
What'd Kurt Busiek do?
No, when I was saying how excited I was because Kurt was like going around like promoting it and all that stuff. But oh wait, who was it? Was it Eric? I think Eric Andrews said that he's not writing it. And now I'm looking for his tweet about him talking about it, and I'm like, no, it's true.
but this is what I don't get. I don't know what's just JSF. What's that? Any clue?
I thought he meant just some guy. Because the G is right next to the F. So it could be that.
Maybe he meant JDA. He might be streaming now. He was earlier. I know that because somebody said he was sniping us.
They are close together on the keyboard, as you can see here.
But I'm the evil one. They're streaming with a fake account. Called her a 4-letter C word. Yeah. But I'm the evil one, right? Makes sense. I'm the one that's evil and lying, even though we pointed out all of his lies in his actual video. But I'm the evil liar. Sure. Let me tell you something. All your favorite classic characters are being wokeified. You still haven't showed. I don't know if you're a troll or if you're. I don't feel like you are. But I think you've also been fed a line of bullshit. And that's what I feel bad for some of these people. They believe them. They believe them. But they can't name, like this issue, a single book. A single fucking book they cannot name. Besides one cover. All right, let's see here. Since I am going to reach.
I'm not going to take it out of my pull list, by the way.
Took what out of your pull list?
Thunderbolts. Like, he made me hyped for it, so I'm going to freaking read it.
Read what? Read what? I missed it.
Thunderbolts. From Marvel.
Hot take, Gwen Stacy is the worst character in Marvel Universe. I wouldn't say worst. She's got a cool design, at least. Come on.
It's the band in her hair, isn't it?
It's the what?
The band in her hair. Hairband. Is that what it's called?
Oh, wait. I was thinking Gwenpool. Gwenpool. But Gwenpool has some cool designs. Even that Gwenpool book, that 6-issue mini, I think it is. She's got some really cool fucking designs. Really cool. Okay, let's check this out.
Really nice.
460K. Let's see if I hit it yet. We got to check one last time, guys. One last time. Ah, shit. I'm still a couple away. That's okay. It would have been cool to hit live, though. Maybe we'll hit it live during our premiere. For 60K. It is so crazy that I put this up for 30K.
And shush, now I will read the original. I will. What? Mark my words. I will read the original. I will. Bet $5 on that.
All right, let's check this out.
Hi, Tristan.
Hi, Tristan.
Hi, Tristan. Hey, Tristan. I hope you're doing really well.
Hey, Tristan.
Hi, Tristan. It's Gail.
Tristan. Hi, I'm Donnie Cates.
Hey, Kristen. This is Tim Seeley. Hi, Tristan. It's George Perez.
Hi, Tristan.
Hey, Tristan. Thanks so much for reading, and I hope you continue to enjoy the books.
Hey, Tristan. Where the hell are you?
Tristan, where are you?
Tristan! Where are you?
Tristan, where are you?
Hi, this is Rags Morales.
Hi, I'm Paul Story.
Hi, my name's Jamie Tindall.
Hey guys, this is Joe Prado. I'm comic book artist Freddie Williams II.
I'm Palmiotti.
And I'm Amanda Connor.
I'm Ralph Tedesco from Zenescope, and you're watching Nerdette's Newsstand.
And you are watching Nerdette Newsstand.
Nerdette's Newsstand.
Welcome to Nerdette's Newsstand.
You're listening to Nerdette's Newsstand.
Nerdette's Newsstand.
And you are watching Nerdette Newsstand.
I love it. It's so freaking awesome.
Just watch, Eric. Once I don't have COVID anymore, I'm going to the freaking comic book shop. I'm going to go into the T section and I'm going to get that Thunderbolts book. Oh, that's George right. Perez.
That's so funny. I guess we're not just tonight. I'm guessing it probably doesn't exist.
Maybe he'll write it in the comments section. I mean, you are allowed a limited amount of characters. I can only write like 5 titles on here before the chat's like, you wrote too many characters. You need to delete them.
well, probably 3 years ago, but exactly the same. I'm gonna say your name wrong. Naibaru. I was exactly the same way until I realized that they just constantly said the same thing over and over and over and over and over again, and everything is woke without any proof. We've seen that as proved today in the chat. No idea what they're actually talking about, and generally a lot of it is just to sell you something or get clicks, or it's tiring. It is, because it does. I'm definitely going to get a lot more views on something negative than I will positive. There's no doubt about that. Drama creates a lot of, or controversy or negativity creates a lot of, thank you, Elon. A lot of revenue. It does. Why do you think a lot of those channels? That's all it is. That's all it is. And it's really a shame.
Noah has a.
I
Neo,
don't.
you
I
call,
do.
I call him Noah because you call him Noah. Dang it. Neo has a question for you. Are you going to answer the call?
I absolutely do not hate you. According to Alex Jones, the cure for COVID-19 is gay frogs. Yeah, Alex is in a bit of trouble right now, pretending like his free speech has been broken when he is just like JDA, lying to his audience, to his people, when actually he was already proven guilty of the Sandy Hook stuff.
Who?
Alex Jones.
Oh.
He got charged with defamation, and I was gonna cover the trial. I'm like, I don't know if people are interested. I find it interesting, but I didn't think people were, and it's just he goes out, so he's not allowed to say certain things because he's already been proven guilty, and then he goes out and goes, I'm not allowed to say I'm innocent because that's factually incorrect, you dumb motherfucker. Like, oh God. Example, Superboy, Robin. Okay, so we're sticking to DC there. Superboy, how is that woke? Because he's bi? Robin, I think you would have a leg to stand on with that one. I've talked about this before, but also at the same time, there are people that have come out of the closet in their 20s and their 30s. A lot of times, that's pretty normal. So I think you would be better with that one, but John was basically a new character.
Okay, cool. I just found out there's a Thunderbolts omnibus. Say goodbye to my money.
You are obsessed.
Shh, it's okay.
It wasn't out of nowhere, Reese. We've had this conversation. He was definitely coded for a while. And even that, you can literally dismantle that argument by saying there are so many people in the world that have came out of the closet in life in their 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s. But I will say, Megan Fitzmartin is a terrible writer. Terrible. Like, it gives me a headache reading it. It's so bad. It's so bad. This I gave you like a really long time. If for some reason you actually come up with this carbon art, email it to me. Here, I'll type my email in the chat. And we'll go over it like on Tuesday or something. But I have a feeling that it doesn't exist. There's my email. Like, even, and Reese keeps up with stuff. Even if those are your only two arguments, you're still wrong in covers. Because that's, Superboy is one book out of 80 a month. Or, well, probably not 80. Probably.
How much is a year? Almost 200?
I would say probably 60 a month. Probably from DC. So a year, you're talking about 700 books. And even if it's 2 books a month out of those, you're looking at 5%. It's a really bad argument. Really bad. Oh, there are 3. Reese is right. I would put Megan Fitzmartin's Dark
How
Crisis in
dare
there
you?
too. Are you reading that?
What am I reading?
The Dark
Crisis?
Crisis?
I'm
Yeah.
waiting for the trade paperback because, like, for events and stuff, I already learned my mistake from the Dark Knight. Not the Dark Knight. I'm sorry, the Death Metal.
No, I
like, I'm
specifically
getting
meant
trade
that.
paperback. Yeah.
I don't blame you, but like that I would honestly like I would skip the Young Justice book. Oof. It is like like that person, Megan Fitzmartin, hates Peter David, hates herself maybe a little bit. I don't know. I don't even know. Like, I kind of want to give her a hug because I feel like she might need it. Just wait for the pics. We've been waiting, honey. You are so slow. I don't think they exist.
Wait, but he's not a mod, so he can't send pics.
I put my email in the chat.
Okay, never mind. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I mean, if this list manifests on the Morning Brew on Tuesday, we will go over it. I have no problem doing that. I have no problem dissecting and diving into those kind of things. But I don't think. I already said not tonight. Oh, my bad. I didn't see that. I apologize.
Yes, you do need to watch the Young Justice animated series.
I know I do. I really do. It's hot. Why is it gotta be? I hate summer. I'm just bitching to bitch now. Oh, goodness. All right, guys. We are going to wrap up. Robert, can you put Bianca's link in the chat so I can pin it and everybody can go subscribe to Bianca?
I'm boring, so I only just besides my lives, my channel is showing support to like indies that are going around right now. Though it's if only Indiegogo wasn't so hard, I would have more Indiegogo stuff on there.
Yeah, but you still support a lot of people. You support more than anyone I know, so nobody has any room to talk. But yes, we are going to wrap up. Make sure you guys subscribe. We will also have a video about the best villains in comics tomorrow for Bad Ideas because I just really wanted to talk about Negan. Like, that's it. I just really wanted to talk
Why
about
would you spoil that?
They don't know what number. They don't know what number. So now you have to because you're super interested in finding out what number Negan was, right? Exactly. Exactly. All right, guys. We will see you later. Thank you guys so much. And I don't hate a single one of you. Imagine that. Bye.